Lots of beautiful colors, blues and greens and gold and white.
Are they moving or are they static?
No, they're moving. Swirls of colors, blues and violets, sapphire colors, gold.
What shapes are they?
Um, they're mainly like cloudy, circular shapes. They're swirling. While I don't see them, I sense there may be dragons.
Dragons? So you mean more than one? You feel like a group?
Yeah, we all work together. So the way I see is not the same.
What do you mean?
It's shapes of colors. It doesn't look familiar to my old life. It's like a lot of shapes.
As you're looking. Yes, I'm sorry. Please go ahead.
No, maybe it's just how I see.
As you're observing them and you're looking at them now, is anything more than you are receiving as information or as a feeling or anything you want to share?
It feels like I'm very high up. I can fly. It's like I live in a high place. Rocks and clouds.
You see rocks?
Mm.
What do they look like?
Black, volcanic type. Shiny.
What are these, mountains or what is it?
I think they're mountains. Very high up.
And as you're looking at them, what color is the horizon?
Can't see that. Lots of clouds. It would have to go up. So breaking through the clouds, it's like the colors of a peacock. It's blue and green and yellows. There's water, there's rocks.
Is anybody there with you?
Like me, but right now I'm by myself.
Do you feel like you have a body?
Yes, I'm flying.
I want you to look at yourself from the outside.
I'm a dragon.
Okay, wonderful. Are you male or female?
Blue, shimmery scales, like a peacock.
Are you big or small?
Medium for my group.
Young or old?
Medium.
Male or female?
Female, I think.
Female feels more right?
Yes.
Would you like to tell me more about it? Why does it feel more female, your energy?
I don't know.
That's okay. And how is it to be inside this body? Is it to maneuver? You said you're flying. I wonder how it is.
Flying and I'm just looking down. It seems like it's all water and rocks. I don't see anyone else, but it's early. Maybe they're sleeping.
I want you to go where it is that you live, if you have a base or a home.
Home is in the cliff. It's on a cliff face. It's just a hole, but there's treasure.
Oh, tell me about it.
I'm not supposed to. Dragons hide their treasure. I'm supposed to make you do something for it.
But you
legend says you have to kill for it, but you don't. It's a matter of solving puzzles.
You can trust me. You can talk to me if you want.
Well, there's a big red stone. It's beautiful. It does so many things. I don't even know what it does, but it's my biggest treasure. And there's other things, and I have gifts, and I can heal, and I can bless you with things, but all in good time. not all at once. It's my red egg.
What is this egg?
I don't know. It's red and it's red, but almost transparent, like someone would think of a crystal ball.
Mm.
It swirls and it's everything's contained in it.
Everything is contained in it. Can you tell me more about that?
I'm still learning it.
Mm.
I look at it from time to time and I ask it what it can teach me.
Mm.
But so far, it doesn't say much.
So
Sometimes I think it mocks me.
it sounds like as if it has consciousness, as if it's alive.
I think it is, but it's not. It's not an egg, but it's a consciousness. Yes.
Mm. How did it end up at your
I
cave?
found it.
You
I
did?
found it.
Oh my
Yes.
God. Where did you find it?
Well, flying as I do, it caught my eye, and so I picked it up and I brought it back to my house, my cave, my space.
Mm.
And now it's for me to learn.
How are you using it?
I don't know how to use it. I'm just looking at it and trying to talk to it. And it responds, but I don't know what it's saying.
And how do you know that it responds?
It changes. The colors move. It's always red with a little green kind of to let me know there's movement inside. So it'll move as I touch it. I can bring it to one side or to the other side. I don't know what it does other than amuse me.
Okay. So it's,
Very fun.
yeah, amazing. So you also said you have a red crystal?
It's the same. That's what it's it.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Mm.
That's the others are small.
Mm-hmm.
There's a green necklace, beads, individual beads similar to peridot, but that's like a necklace. Flowers. I have yellow flowers. I found.
Yellow flowers?
They're beautiful. From the sun.
What do you mean?
I don't know. That's what they tell me. They're from the sun.
So you're able to communicate with them?
Yes, sometimes.
Mm-hmm. How do you communicate with them?
Thoughts come in, and then I look around to see where it came from.
Mm-hmm.
And then I say, oh, they're from you. Okay.
Amazing.
I live a solitary life. I don't live with anyone.
So you live alone in this cave?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Where are the others? Where are where's your family and the others from your group?
I think they're far away.
Mm.
And I'm feeling sad about it.
Are you? Do you miss them?
Maybe something happened.
Okay. Tell me about it.
I don't know. It feels overwhelmingly sad.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they're gone now.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
Maybe they're gone now.
You feel that maybe they are gone?
Yes, I think so.
Mm. So you feel like something bad happened to them?
Probably.
Mm. What could it be?
Maybe not a disease. Something came suddenly.
Mm.
I think I was off somewhere, and when I came back, they were gone. I think that's how it happened.
Did you see their bodies?
Oh, no trace, nothing.
No trace. They disappeared.
They disappeared.
So you haven't heard since then from them?
No.
I see. And you decided to leave this place where they you were with them?
No, I'm waiting.
You're waiting?
Wait, I'm waiting.
Because then maybe they will come back.
Yes,
Okay, I see.
maybe that's my job to wait.
Yes, yes. And tell me, how do you spend your time? What do you do the majority of your time?
I fly around. I look at things. I satisfy my curiosity. I don't think I need to eat. I don't see anything that I eat. Where I'm at is it's a dark place with beautiful colors.
And so, how do you generate your energy, your life force energy?
I think maybe it's my red egg. I think that does something. I think it's the energy. I think it's just energy, like kinetic energy that builds and feeds and restores. I think it's that red egg that does it
Mm.
because I'm drawn to it. I go to it.
Wow, very good. So let's leave that scene. And I want you to move forward in the same life we are viewing. We are moving forward now to an important day, a day that you consider important because something is happening and we are there now. What is happening? What do you see?
Well, I'm above the clouds again, and I see the horizon, and the colors are changing, and the dimensions are shifting. Maybe I was in a liminal space. Maybe I was the one who fell into a chasm and got lost. Maybe I didn't lose them. Maybe they lost me.
Mm-hmm. Why do
Now
you
it's
say that?
blue. Feels like a middle ground. It feels like maybe there something's opening,
Mm.
like a portal, like a wormhole, like a something to travel in to get to somewhere else.
How does it look like?
It's a blue. It's a teal blue with white swirls. It's colors and shapes. It's very different, very different.
And where is it exactly? Is it floating somewhere in the ether? Is it?
Yeah, it's just floating. There's no shapes. There's no it isn't this reality.
Mm.
It's a different dimension. It's a different this I don't have words.
Mhm.
It's
Have you used one of those before?
sometimes
Mm-hmm.
sometimes and I forget where I go because when I get there I change.
So do you think that's what happened and you got lost from your family?
Yes.
Uh-huh. And the one that is now there close to you, is it and is it, do you feel that is an invitation for you to go
To
in?
keep look to keep looking, to keep going, keep looking, keep exploring, be brave. But it's the forgetting is a problem.
Which forgetting do you mean?
I never know what I'm supposed to do. The instruction is always go in there.
Where?
And when I get there, where am I going? What am I doing?
When you go where? What do you mean?
In those portals, in those holes,
Mm-hmm.
in those tunnels.
Mm-hmm.
What am I supposed to do? I don't know.
So you do receive some kind of instruction.
Yes, to
From,
go forward. It's always go forward. It's
from
always find the way forward.
Mhm. And who is giving you these instructions?
It's not, it comes from internal. So it's not an external, it's just a knowing that says, go this way.
Mm. And you just follow your inner knowing.
Yes.
Mhm. And now the one that popped up in front of you, is it another invitation for you to move forward?
Yes, it's always that, but it doesn't make sense. I don't know how to make sense of it. I don't know how to use it. I don't know.
I wonder if you could share with me how you have used other portals in the past, just for me to have an idea of how you're using them.
Well, they get you to places, and in those places, new experiences happen. But it's always on to the next. It's never go back. And I feel like I leave before I even know what I was doing before. So it doesn't feel productive. It doesn't feel I've done anything at all except float around and check things out and be curious. And it's too amorphous. There's no form, there's no shape.
So, what's the purpose of this?
I maybe to appreciate when I do have a shape. Maybe that's it. Because I like better when I have a shape. Things are experienced and they make a difference. I don't know what this is.
So, let's see what happens next.
Yes. I'm feeling sad again. I feel I've lost something. I don't know what it is.
It's okay, I'm here with you. We're gonna find out. So, you're saying that you're feeling that you've lost something.
Yes.
Where do you find yourself now?
I'm still shapeless. I'm still like smoke. Maybe it feels like nothing.
Where are you?
I don't know. It's like a void.
What is around you? What do you see? Anything you can describe for me?
No, it's all like smoke. It's all like floaty. It's all like clouds. Stuck. I feel like I'm stuck somewhere.
And this feeling of sadness that rises, that you say, it feels like you lost something. Do you think this is something material or more of an idea, or
It's a part, an integral part.
what do you mean?
Something that's needed to be whole. It's like it's missing. Maybe communion would help, but I don't know what communion with. Those are the words, though: communion, reunion, integration.
Let's move forward and let's see what happens. Maybe we get more information if we allow for it to come. Tell me, what do you see? Or what do you experience?
I see colors: reds, orange, yellow. It's like traveling through clouds. There's a sun. Sun's at the center. And birds. I think we're coming back here to Earth.
You say we. So are you joined by other beings?
I think so.
Okay.
I think so. Either they're others or they're me in other forms. But they're mine. They belong to me. They're golden. They're like birds and cats and like gold. Lots of gold. But shapes.
So you mentioned some cats.
There's always cats.
Uh-huh.
They're always somewhere. They see me. I don't always see them.
And what other types of beings you mentioned?
Birds.
Birds. Beautiful. So you are all in a group and you are going to planet Earth, you say?
Yes.
Okay. Why are you going to Earth?
We like it here. It's dense in more ways, but the density sometimes is very comforting because to be shapeless is hard. We have shape. Here we can be we instead of me.
So are you going to Earth for a specific reason?
Yes, to pretend to not be lonely.
Mhm. And how are you planning to experience Earth through physical body?
Well, we have lots of fun here because we can come at different times and different there's lots of levels here. We can come in at any time and be anything. And we can be we, or we can be me, or we can be them, or we can be she, and we can have so much fun here. It's very fun here. We can be magical here.
Do you mean that you take on human bodies, you incarnate into human bodies?
Sometimes humans, sometimes we're dragons again. Sometimes we're birds, gigantic birds. Well, but that's kind of like being a dragon. But we fly around, um, or we become very liminal, and we go through different dimensions all the time, and we don't lose ourselves. We know where we're at, and so we play between the realms, and it's always play, and it's great fun.
That sounds amazing. I wonder, you say we, so I guess you feel yourself belonging to a group, and you also mentioned other types of beings like felines and birds. I wonder if you all belong to the same group, or what is your connection with these other different looking types of beings? Is there anything you can share about that?
Well, it feels like it's all we. When we're here, it's all us. Sometimes there's them, but we just do that for fun. We know, we know we're one, but we like to split up because it's lots of fun. Lots of fun to be different and to experience different things, to have eyes to see, to have ears to hear, instead of just float and be nothing or feel everything.
Do you all come from the same place? Are you like a family, so to say?
Yes, yes. It feels like we come from the sun. Sun is the place. Sun has dimensions and it has places and it has pockets and it's the source of the energy we use to become who we become, to make things.
And do you take different types of forms?
Yes, it depends on what we want to explore, what we want to learn, what we want to expand on. The only drawback is when we're here, we have to draw out the time. But when we're on different planes, it's easier to shift up and change. We can be who we need to be faster. We can manifest a lot faster. Here it takes a long time, but maybe not much longer. Maybe that's changing. Maybe we'll be fast manifestors now. Maybe that's the time. Maybe that's what we're doing.
What do you mean?
Well, maybe we're in a part of the galaxy now that helps us to bring the things in that we need to bring in.
So what are you bringing in this time?
Energy, light, for manifestation of the things that we need to replace the things that are going away.
Like what?
Well, as we know, the old structures are crumbling, making way for the new. But we need to understand what those new things should be. So the energies are coming. They're coming in, but they're coming in slowly, modulated, so that we're not harmed, but we're growing very fast, very accelerated, as fast as we can, which feels very anxious, which feels very much like being squeezed in a birth tunnel, that's for sure. But the new light and the new energy is coming in. So we need to know how to deal with it, how to keep it moving, how to help it flow, so
Mm.
that we can understand what needs to be done.
Wonderful. Are you planning to incarnate into a human vessel?
Yes.
And from your perspective, is the vessel that you are planning to incarnate into is Valentina, the being that you are speaking now through?
Yes. We hear, but we have to go slowly because there's too much. And so we have to wait for right timing for things to come in the best possible way. She knows this and she prays this. She's just not ever patient. She wants everything now, and I don't want to wait, but she needs to wait.
So, what was the purpose of Valentina's current incarnation?
She's here to help. She's here to be help and be a helper and to understand that all her gifts and talents are here for helping. She's not here for herself, although she can enjoy what she wants to enjoy. She's not here as a slave to anyone. She's not here as a punishment. She's here to bless people. She's here to bless people and be a magical presence for them, to manifest things in such a way that it's inspirational for them and it can awaken in them the same potential. She's here to show them what's possible for them.
And she's already doing that in until a certain level, isn't she?
Yes.
But there's more to come, more.
Yeah, for sure. But it has to come slow. It's coming in as fast as it can come. There's no going faster without damage. There'll be damage if it comes any faster. Damage to the vessel, not to the being.
You mean that it would be like a burnout if she would anchor too much energy?
Yes. There could be physical damage to her body.
Okay. So she's wondering if she's doing what she's supposed to be doing.
Most of the time. But she could be much more disciplined. She doesn't have to be cruel, but she should not be, she's not lazy, but she procrastinates. She waits and waits. She needs to give time for time when time is due, but when the time is up, she needs to move on. She lingers too much and she doesn't think of herself as capable, even though she knows she is. She's very much a cat that wants to stay in bed.
And from what I understood, she is connected to the feline race?
Yes. Yes, Lyra.
Okay, so that would be a confirmation for her.
Yes, definitely.
So is there any connection with the fact that she is a Leo in this lifetime and all the astrological alignments that she decided to be born into?
Yes, these were as guideposts and reminders and encouragement because a lot happens and it helps to remember who you are. That gets you through. That helps you take the next step, always the next step. It's too easy to be comfortable. Life isn't to be comfortable, although you do get to enjoy, but to make best use, to maximize potential, one must move forward even when you don't know why.
What are the things that she should or would be for her highest good and that would fulfill her intention to move forward?
To feel more with her heart, to get out of her head, feel with her heart, feel the way forward, stay right on the edge of being afraid. That will grow the courage, and that will keep her mindful of what's in her fate pattern. What's in her path is what she should be dealing with, and to continue to deal with the things that come her way. They will come to her. She doesn't need to go find them. Just keep doing, and it will come in.
So I would like to go back to the astrological chart that she has chosen.
Mhm.
She was sharing with me that it's a powerful
Yes,
orchestration.
very.
Why? What is the reason?
For maximum impact, maximum flexibility, maximum versatility for the things she's faced and the things that will come. There will be gifts and talents that she will just snap into. They will just come. She hasn't used them yet. It wasn't the time. The maturity wasn't there. The potential for megalomania was huge. That was a problem, but it's not there now. Now that they can come forward, she's more mature, she's more level, and they'll come. They're there to be used, they're there to be utilized with right timing.
Okay. So everything is, let's say, working according to the plan, because she was wondering if she's really living up to its potential, or, in other words, I don't know, maybe she was wondering if this is doing something wrong, or how is he supposed to, what is he supposed to do with it?
Yes, yes. It's been a question always. She just has to be patient.
Okay. So she can relax in her experience.
Yes.
Is there anything you want to share with her regarding her dragon lineage? Anything she needs to know, because it got revealed to her today?
Dragons have powers. Dragons are misunderstood. Dragons need to be asked for their gifts. They can't just give them, even if they want. They don't have to be killed, but they do have to be released. It's like someone has to ask them the question and then they can give the answer. So continue to put yourself out there and the release will come.
So she's interested in any messages from ancestors. And
They seem very happy, very happy. They like that we're doing stuff.
so they are present.
Yes,
Who is
always.
who is here?
So there are a lot of French that are wondering when I'm going to acknowledge them. and there's a lot of work done with the ancestral lands that are very happy. The close ones, Renzo, Zio Ricardo, Zia Maria, Kazangusta, because something happened to them. And whatever it is we're doing is helping them. And so they're happy and they're grateful because it was something that happened to them so that I can do what I do. And if they can be acknowledged for that, and they see that we are acknowledging them and not forgetting them and not thinking poorly of them, they know we think well of them. They're happy. They're very happy.
So could we address the French group and see if there is anything they would like to communicate with her today?
Well, I see my grandmother. She's here. For now, they like the acknowledgement. For now, they're happy to wait. They know the Italian stuff has to come through first. And so they just want me to remember they're there and to continue listening to the radio shows that are in French and to continue to talk to them in French. They like this very much. And when the time comes, they'll have a project for me too, but not now.
Okay. And I would like to thank them for their presence today and their reassurance and their support. So let's then connect with the Italian ancestors and hear what they would like to bring through? What messages they would like to bring through to Valentina today?
They send their greetings. They say hello. They're happy. They want us to continue. It's important to continue. Little by little, the plan will come together. But they like the planting. They like the work at San Giorgio. They like the work Matteo is doing. He's doing a lot for them, and they're trying to show they're grateful. But unfortunately for him, it feels like a small death, but it's not. It's a rebirth into something else. They want him to know he's in the birth canal, that he's not, it's not a punishment. It's a coming through, and to just bear with it.
So you would advise that Valentina shares this with him?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, he needs to know.
Okay.
He's doing the majority of the physical work, where I'm doing the advisory on this side. Give the little bit of direction or a little bit of inspiration that comes through, helps to guide what he's doing. But right now, he's doing the majority of that work, whereas I'm over here helping in the way that I can help. Yeah. And they're happy. They're happy we're working together. It's a good team. It's a good friendship. It's a good connection. They love the land. They want us to keep the land. The land is important. It's too important.
Why is it so important, the land?
It's our life. It's our life. Yeah. It connects us to who we are. And so we must keep it and maintain it and make it productive, because the energy right now is stuck. It's stuck in some places. And by working the land, you release it. And that benefits not just us, but everybody. We have work to do in the valley, and it has to do with releasing stuck energy. There's a lot of stuck energy. And so by making productive use of the land, it will be released in the way it needs to be released. Things that are stuck, but we need to learn better how to not take a physical hit from the work that we do. Matteo more than me, because he's over there in the front lines doing the actual work, and he doesn't protect himself right somehow. Yeah, he needs more protection.
How can he protect himself better?
The daily rituals, the front and the end, needs more physical cleansing. He knows how to do body work. He knows how to do the kind of work that will help him. He just needs to stay mindful and stay disciplined with it. Make sure he takes care of his spiritual hygiene afterwards.
And protection from what?
Energy, bursts of energy. There's bursts. When the energy is blocked, releasing it causes an outward explosion. This has been an issue in the family, mainly on his side, but the story is mixed in with ours now. It comes from his mother's side, but the stuck energy, it gets stuck until it explodes out. And that's been unfortunate. It's been tragic. So we need to modulate the release of this energy, and working together, we're able to do that. But we have to work on modulating the release of it, not letting it release in one explosion, not letting it build up to the point where it explodes. It has to come slowly, gradually, to minimize impact, to minimize damage.
What is the purpose of releasing this energy?
It's stuck. So because it's stuck, it explodes out. So Matteo's great-grandmother died. His great-grandmother, great-uncle, great-grandfather, they died in a explosion, stuck energy. They all were burnt alive because a stove exploded in a confined space, and they weren't able to escape it for some reason. it's emblematic of the energy that's stuck and the energy that needs releasing.
Have these souls gone to the light, to the spirit side?
Yes, but they want us to fix the block,
Yes.
to make sure that the energy is flowing.
Okay. Is there any other message you have today for Valentina?
Just to stay strong, stay brave. Problems come up and you face them, and then you face them the best you can. You're doing a good job.
So you're proud of her?
Yes.
Wonderful. Thank you very much for coming through. I know that Valentina really wanted to have this connection with you. So we are very grateful for your presence. Is there perhaps any other individual or group in the ancestors that would like to connect today?
No. No.
Okay.
They want you to know they like you.
Thank you.
They don't like talking to people. They like to be very secretive, but they like you. So thank you.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much. It is an honor to connect with them, and I know also that Valentina is really going to appreciate it. So again, we send our gratitude and blessings. And I would like now to ask if I can connect with Valentina's higher self.
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you. So I would like to ask, going a little bit backwards in what we have already experienced today, what she has experienced today. I wanted to ask you why you wanted to show her today her dragon connection.
She needs to understand her strength. She doesn't understand it yet. She's afraid of it, and for good reason. It's easy to cause damage if you don't know what you're doing. But it's a strength and an ability, and the gifts are along those lines. It's important to know.
Why does she need to understand it? Why does she need to know it?
To bring those gifts into play soon. They will start coming in handy. They will be needed soon.
I wonder if this just came to me now intuitively, and I wanted to ask you, are these gifts maybe connected, some of them with her, with the dragons? Because from what we experienced, what she saw as a dragon being, she had a lot of gifts, abilities that in human understanding we would call supernatural. I wonder if any of those gifts are gonna maybe reactivate.
Yes. Yes.
But like you said, it's gonna be gradual.
Yes. And she has to get over being afraid of them. She has good reason to be afraid of them, but she has to get over it.
Okay. We just had a wonderful connection with some of her ancestors. There's one more question on this topic because she wanted to, if it's appropriate, to know a little bit more about what happened to her uncle Giuseppe. Do we have permission to have more information about him?
Yes, we can ask, but he might not tell. He got lost. He lost his connection. He lost his way. He's not ready for someone to know. We keep our secrets and we don't share, but he should share because he needs to come back to his family. He needs to not be embarrassed. He needs to not be mad, but he's still mad and he only punishes himself. He's somewhere in the area they think, right? But he's not ready. He's not ready, but he's accessible. But somebody has to make him understand that he's nothing to be ashamed of, that he can come back. He should come back. He shouldn't be alone. Where he's at, he's alone.
You say that he's available. He's willing to connect with us.
In time. He's on this plane still.
Hmm.
Somebody needs to talk to him.
I could do
And
that whenever he's ready.
would you come? He says, okay. He says, maybe. Maybe, he says. So he's still mad. So maybe for Hara, maybe. Go ahead.
So I would like to call Giuseppe and kindly ask if I have permission to connect and talk with him.
Yes.
Okay, so first of all, I would like to express my gratitude for your willingness to connect with me. I really appreciate it. Thank you very, very much. I'm here as a helper. I am here to help Valentina and hopefully even maybe help you if there's anything I can do. It would be an honor. Valentina is very caring and she would like to make sure that you're doing fine. She cares for you, I guess. She loves you and she just want to make sure that you are okay. So is there anything you would like to share with her?
Well, as far as okay, yes, okay. But you know, when someone's been lost, sometimes it's best to leave them lost. They came to nothing, they did nothing. What is the point?
Where are you?
I don't know. I don't know.
Where are you right now? Are you uh
Alone.
yes. You know your family is would be very happy if you would reconnect with them. Wouldn't you like that? Would you like to reconnect with your family?
Yes, but how? I can't tell you where I am. I
Mm.
don't know.
So maybe there is something that is holding you back from going to them, from going close to them. Is there anything that you're holding on to? Is there anything that you feel that is maybe holding you down and you don't want to reconnect with them?
It was unfair, you know. It shouldn't have happened like this. It should have been better.
What happened?
Hey, we lost everything. I tried to come back. I tried to make it right. It was no use. There was nothing to come back to. But after what was said and after what was done, there was no going back. And then I got sick. I couldn't go nowhere. And now I'm stuck. They don't know my name. They don't know how.
I have a good idea. At least an idea that I hope it is good. My idea is that if you would like me to help you today to go to the light, to go to find your angels, your guides, and your soul family. They are all waiting for you. Would you like?
I just want my mother.
So we can do that. We can, if you want me, I can help you to find your mother. Would you like that?
Yes.
Okay. So what we can do is that we can ask for your guides now to come and escort you. They're here? Okay. So I want you to allow them to take your hand.
Yes.
Okay. So allow them to take your hand. Your guides are pure love and they're here to help you and they know exactly where to take you to reunite you with your mother. So I'm asking them very politely to take you there now.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Is your mom there now?
Yes, she's here.
Beautiful. So you can give her a big hug. I know that she has missed you so much.
Thank you.
What is she saying to you?
She's not, she's hugging me. She forgives me. She was never mad.
That's beautiful. So you are forgiven.
We're gonna go now. We're
Okay.
gonna go.
Okay.
She says thank you. She says thank you.
It's an honor. I'm very, very, very happy that you reunited with him. It was very important. It made no sense that you would be separated in this way. So I'm very glad I could help you. I'm very happy for you. So you can find peace now.
They're gone.
So they will find peace. They will find what they're supposed to find.
Yes. Yes.
Very good. Very good. And now I'm going to allow a few moments for Valentina to work through the energy that came through and the emotions. And I know that what is left from all of this is gratitude and love and appreciation.
Yes.
Wonderful. Thank you very much for orchestrating this, should I say, or for allowing us to help another soul, one of your ancestors. It seemed like important to do this today, and since I got the green light from my own guides to go ahead, so I thought let's just do it.
Thank you. Thank you.
You know, interestingly, what just happened and what we just witnessed, Valentina and I cannot help to think of certain moments in her regression that you showed her as a dragon. There were moments where, and I want you to connect the dots for us here. That's why I'm bringing this up. There were moments where she felt lost, where she lost her family. And there are a lot of sadness that came up. So we have this pattern here. It's kind of a similarity. So for me, I wonder if there's any connection or if there's any way you can tell us if these two dots are connected in some way or
Yes, it's related to the angel of the tempest. The angel of the tempest. The angel stirs the waters, and those who get to the waters fastest can get healing. But some are not meant for the waters of the tempest. Some are meant to carry their wound so that in so doing they're able to heal others because of their knowledge of that wound. So sometimes the angel of the tempest tells us to draw back. The healing is not for you. You shoulder your burden in service to helping others. In that way, your suffering is not lost. Your suffering is not for nothing. But as a human, especially, without the visceral experience, you forget. You don't know what it is until you experience it again and you say, I know what this is. I've had this. This is true because I know. Because we as angels can heal anything, but we don't in order to serve the purpose of the soul. And sometimes the purpose of the soul is to endure a suffering in order to come to the other side, because that's how things develop here. It's not that way everywhere, but that's how it develops here, is by enduring a burden until you get to the other side, and then you get the gift. It's how a dragon earns those gifts. You endure your suffering until you get to the other side of it, and then you get a gift. It's always that way.
In the case of the life that you showed to Valentina when she was a dragon, what was the gift that she earned, so to say, from that experience of losing her family, feeling lost, and all of that?
Well, that was an accident. It was an accident that served her fate. It wasn't a punishment. It was in service to the greater good. It caused you to be contemplative and to observe the process of things with the goal of eventual reunion. So now, because of that, and because of successive lifetimes, this is the mission to reunite the family, to reunite families. This ancestral work.
Now I see the bigger picture, and now in my head the dots are connected. So you wanted her to see that, to remember that, to feel this again, this sorrow and grief and sadness she felt by losing her family, to, let's say, sensitize her, reactivate, remind her, and motivate her
Yes.
so that she can continue what she's doing, continue reuniting the family.
Yes. Yes.
Wonderful. And that's exactly one of the main reasons why I really wanted to help Giuseppe, because it really touched me how sad Valentina became when in the regression, when she lost her family, and when the story came up, I felt like, oh, I really want to help this person. I really want to help this soul. Okay, can we ask a few more questions?
Sure.
Okay. Valentina had a dream early on. She was very, very young, and she still remembers it. It's almost coming up again. She saw a group of cloaked beings that visited her. So the question is if it's appropriate for her to know a little bit more about this dream, if there was something behind that dream.
There is something behind. The beings were checking. The beings are very interested. They fancy themselves guardians, but they're not always so. At that moment, they were just checking in. They were around sometimes, but not always.
Why are they
Mm.
checking on her?
They're curious,
Just curious?
in large part.
Is
They're
that
looking. They're looking. They're looking for the egg.
the egg?
Yeah,
Why?
the red egg.
Yes, I remember, but she doesn't have it doesn't have the egg in the physical, does she?
She knows where it is,
Okay,
but they can't have it.
okay.
So she doesn't know. They won't know if she doesn't know. So she doesn't know.
Yes, I think I understand. So that's why they were cloaked. Should she be afraid of them or anything?
No, no, just know who they are.
Yes. Okay. Is there anything she needs to do?
No, just know they're there. They're a presence.
But she's protected, right?
Yes, yes, at the highest level.
Mhm. Always.
Yes.
Mhm. Okay, very good. So she was sharing with me that in this life she takes care of many people and almost feeling like responsible for many people around her,
Yes.
almost feeling like as if it's her a duty of some sort, as even she even cross her mind of like karma or something like that. Is that the case?
The responsibilities are the gifts. They are intended to activate the gifts. She has a lot, so she can do a lot. She just has to understand the ways in which help is rendered. Help is not solving the problem. Help is helping someone get to their own solution. And she's recently received this knowledge and is recently understanding what exactly that means. So she has some things to take care of still, but she's turning a corner. It won't be this heavy.
Okay, so there is no karma involved.
Yes and no. Previously, she had lots of gifts and took it for granted. She thought everyone was like this, and so was not aware of the harm that was done.
When you say previously, you mean in other lives?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. Too much. Well, I'm going to fix this for you, and aren't I good for fixing it for you? Not realizing she robbed people of their fate because they were meant to work that problem through, not have it solved for them. Problems exist so we can create the solution, not so that we can always be delivered from them.
Yes. So she's wiser now.
Yes.
Okay, very good. And then why she doesn't remember her dreams?
It's too much.
Too much going on?
Yeah.
Too much information?
Too much. Too many levels. Too many things. For now, we let her see it's proof of time travel. That's all.
She's busy enough in her awake life, isn't she?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
It would be a distraction.
Yeah. Okay. What about the excess energy that she's experiencing? A lot of energy running through her body, and it translates sometimes into nervous habits.
Yes, that's for the healing. She needs to learn to work with energy.
So all this energy can be used.
Yes. Yes.
That's why it's there. That's its purpose.
Yes.
So it's recommended that she would use this energy to help other people.
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful. She is interested already to work with energy, and she mentioned morphic fields.
Yes, these are fantastic. She's blocked from a lot of this because we're modulating too much too soon. When the time is right, she'll know what to do. She doesn't need classes.
That was a question.
She'll want classes, but she doesn't need classes. But she'll worry because she doesn't want to cause damage. Damage happened previously. And so now she's very scared that it will happen again. And so when the time is right, it will come in the way it needs to come.
So for her conscious mind, she could take some classes if she wants to.
Yes. Yes, if that makes her feel better.
Yeah, yeah.
But she'll find she already knew what they were saying.
Which is okay because it will strengthen her confidence.
True. True.
So you recommend that she would step into healing?
Yes.
Okay.
Even now.
Yes.
There's things she can do.
She's ready, isn't she?
Yes.
Okay. So step by step, right? Slowly, slowly.
Yes.
Okay. Anything you want to advise her as she's stepping into this field of helping others, of healing, generally?
I would advise her to continue to slow down in order to move fast. Take a breath, slow down, and then you'll find more forward momentum.
Is there anything holding her back in terms of negative belief systems?
Just her fears, just herself, her fears of a recurrence from before.
What fears do you mean?
Harm. She doesn't want to harm. She's conscious of it, so it won't happen again. Before, she wasn't conscious of it. She had no idea of the harm she was inflicting. Now she has a sense of it, and she actively works against it.
Are there perhaps any other self-limiting beliefs that she's entertaining that are holding her back in life generally?
No, the main ones are her fear of harming others.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's
That's,
that's illusional, right? See,
yes.
so then she can remove it or just release it.
We want her to be aware of it, but go forward anyways. There's always the potential for harm, so be aware of it and act accordingly.
Okay, I understand. Okay, very good. Any blockage, perhaps, keeping her from speaking frequently other languages, especially her ancestral Italian, French?
Uh, yes, but the source of it is not clear, other than a fear of maybe making it up. Like, you don't really speak those languages. Yes, I do, but then her brain shuts down. It's along those lines. She knows they're there. She knows she can get to them, but she doesn't for it is a fear, but I don't know what it's tied to. Fear of being wrong? I don't know.
Is it maybe also something more practical? I mean, the fact that she doesn't speak fluently is because practical, meaning like maybe she should practice more
Could be. Could be that. There's no one to practice with by and large. It could be that.
to unlock
Yeah.
the the tongue, the I mean the language in her. Because you say that that somehow it's there, the language is there in the system. It just doesn't come through fluently as she wants.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so she has this request for today, and she's wishing to restore the gifts of Prometheus.
Well, I would also tell her be careful what she wishes for, but okay.
Can you tell us more about that?
Well, these are divine gifts.
Hmm.
To activate them all at one time could be quite a thing. It would overwhelm. Probably she should trust that if she stays on course, they will activate in due time. But they will. They're there.
Beautiful. I do understand what you mean 100%. And I love your response to it. Thank you. Okay, so are you always connected to her?
Yes.
So would it benefit her to know that she's always connected to you?
She knows. She just doesn't remember always. But we send signs. We send little messages, little coincidences, little, you know,
Mm.
symbols.
Yeah, and she is recognizing them. She told me that.
Yes.
So when she contacted me for this session, what did you hope that she would receive from this session the most?
Reinforcement. Reinforcement that she's seeing correctly and understanding correctly, and making mistakes are part of the journey, and fixing them is the whole point of making mistakes, is fixing mistakes. That she would see that as above as below, it's the same thing. She's okay. She's doing what she needs to do. It's just we're not going to give her a book that tells her this is what happens next and this is what happens next. She's just going to have to be patient and find out chapter by chapter how this story goes.
You mentioned the word patient a couple of times today, so it sounds like it's very important for her.
Yes, she does not have patience. She's learning, but she's not there yet. She's better, not there yet.
But I would like to make a comment on that because I think, anyway, I was thinking that somehow manifestation is very slow on this planet, on this dimension.
Yes,
So I
yes,
understand her in some level.
yes. She much prefers the liminal, where she can move from density to density. She's not used to being here and stuck and not being able to switch out when she needs to. But you said it earlier. You told her to trust, and that's exactly correct. Trust.
Yes,
Nobody's trapped, nobody's stuck. There's always a way through.
that's the key, isn't it?
Yes.
How can she stay connected and receive this guidance in her day-to-day life?
Yeah, she has to get back to her meditation and begin her yoga. Those two are what she needs to do.
Yes.
Strengthen the connection.
Exactly. This will strengthen the connection, you say.
Yes.
Would you like to explain to her why?
Well, it creates the space. It sweeps out the cobwebs. It prepares the space for the received knowledge. And it helps you to distinguish what's useful from what's just stuff. And by calming down the body, it allows flow. It allows the energy to come through you and not get stuck in you. And if you're not meditating and you're not practicing yoga, you're not moving the energy and you're encouraging it to be stuck.
I guess it will also help to regulate the big amounts of energy that run through her body, right?
Yes.
Through movement.
Yes. Very important to move.
Beautiful. Do you have any closing message?
Just remember to love and forgive yourself. Always.
Thank you.
Thank you.